thank you so much to all of our Patreon supporters and everybody who watches every day. I really appreciate you guys. If you want to help support the channel, keep it funded, and you don't have to hear sponsorships or crazy advertisements, crazy skits and stuff, because I would go overboard probably. You can help by joining Patreon. You get a video just like you're about to watch now. If you join the $30 tier up, you get 1 to 2 free requests a month, depending on the length. You'll see the rules and stuff when you join, and we'd love to have you. We have a Discord server, lots of people chatting in there, having a good time. We would love to have you. See you there. Last week's video for, the first couple songs we did from Freewheelin' Bob Dylan went very well. So you guys said that we should do more from this album. Here we are. Hi, guys. Welcome to Leave Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. Bang. I know I am. And we are back with Bob Dylan for our Dylan Tuesday video of the week. They keep on coming, man. That's crazy how much material this dude has. And we're probably not even halfway there. And we've done more than a few albums. We're doing the first 2 tracks off of Freewheelin', which are Blowin' in the Wind and Girl from the North Country. Last week we did Masters of War, Hard Rains Are Gonna Fall, and Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. And it's funny to me, as much as I love the electric side of Bob Dylan, I think I like the acoustic side of just a tidge more, man. It's crazy. Maybe a smidge, not even a tidge, maybe a smidge. Because he is just masterful with the acoustic and just his lyrics, man. It's wondrous. Like, it seriously is. So here we go. If you want to subscribe to help brother out, click that icon right below my face. Seriously, do it. Do it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, anything, man. The engagement really, really helps. All right. First up, Blowin' in the Wind, Bob Dylan. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, 3, 2, 1, go.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, and how many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea?
Long time.
Yes, and how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Such a wise young man.
Yes, and how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, and how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Harmonica's perfect, as always. I'll say it again. He is a wise young man. Girl from the North Country.
If you're traveling in the North Country Fire, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there. For she once was a true love of mine. If you go when the snowflakes storm,
Love the way he says things, man.
when the rivers freeze and summer ends,
His enunciation is very
we see she has a coat so warm to keep her from the howling winds. Please see if her hair hangs long. It rolls and flows all down her breast.
cool. Memories.
Please see for me if her hair's hanging long, for that's the way I remember her best. I'm wondering if she remembers me at all. Many times I've often prayed in the darkness of my night,
Damn.
in the brightness of my day.
Yep. This sounds way ahead of its time. Or maybe it's of its time.
So if you're traveling the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine.
Yep. Damn, that was just like a dagger in the heart there at the end. That sustained note. Oh my god. Wow. I feel like, half of his, maybe not half, but a lot of his songs, written about love and stuff like that, like, it's always from a different angle or a different perspective. Like, each song is some different aspect of relationships or his relationships that he had. And he was the freewheelin Bob Dylan after all, so he was, he was a ladies' man. But just though, I don't know, man, like, he can capture so much with just a guitar, his voice, and the harmonica. It's honestly astounding how much work gets done with just those three things. Not even counting the lyrics and stuff, because his voice honestly sounds really good here. And there are some songs of his that the vocals aren't my favorite thing. I don't think they ever really take away from the music, but we just finished up Desire a couple weeks ago, and Desire was like just a vocal powerhouse album for him. And this one so far, the songs I've heard from it, that he is putting on a vocal clinic, man. Just a clinic in general. I mean, this is how you write a folk album, like it's I don't know, it has like this feeling of it. I don't know, it almost like I always say, you kind of put your own life and your own spin on it when you hear it. And I always relate to Bob's songs because I was a kid that who wandered a lot, and I love that quote, not all who wander are lost, I feel the same way about Bob. Is maybe he felt a little lost in his life. Maybe he felt really lost, and he just did what he thought was right, or he thought he should do, and he became a superstar. There's a movie out about him right now, and I really want to go see it. It's like a biopic or whatever, and I feel like I've learned so much about him through his music. I haven't really dug into the history aspect of it as much as I have with other bands, but through his music, it feels like this man's been through a lot of ups and downs, and he captures it so well in music, but he keeps it so even keeled, like sometimes it, maybe gets a little intense on other albums, but so far in this one, the intensity is found within the lyrics of themselves and like where he places them, and almost like his enunciation of things, his cadence. Like there's a lot of rhythm to what he does with the vocals, and I think that's it's inherent in his stuff. No matter what he does, is he just has this flow, almost like like rappers do nowadays. Like the good ones at least. They have this natural cadence to the way that they speak and they sing, and Bob 100% has that. Like it's so natural to him. Like he is one of the, I don't know, he is just a natural in general, like with the guitar, like all that. He's just like destined to do what he did. And according to Bob, he doesn't know how he even wrote these songs. Like he's apparently in later interviews, like down the road, he doesn't even know where this shit came from. And that should tell you something. You know what I mean? Like I always say, there's a lot more going on than we have any idea. I feel like every day that I live, every new day, I feel that more and more, that there is just like so much that our little brains can't comprehend that's going on, and maybe if we tried real hard, we could comprehend it, but we don't want to. I think we just want to live in our own little fantasies and do our own little things. And that's just what happens, man. It's sad to see, what our world is coming to. We've got all this, instant connectivity and instant this, instant that, but I don't think that's good for anything, maybe for like medical stuff, you know what I'm saying? But the more people get accustomed to getting things instantly, the more waiting and the more patience and all that stuff is going to go out the window. All the virtues, shall we say, of like, kindness, tolerance, patience, all that stuff. I don't know, they're kind of like taking it out of us. I feel like we're just robots. Honestly, we're just doing almost like we're ants and we're feeding the queen ant, but we don't know who the queen ant is. We're all doing it, rich, poor, all that. It doesn't matter. We're all feeding the machine, shall we say, and it blows my mind, man. And rebels like Bob, he spoke out a lot against the stuff that we have going on even to this day. Like in the last episode we did, the military industrial complex and stuff like that. The last video got demonetized because of that, so I have to say that kind of weird. But he just calls it like he sees it, man. And especially in that first one, like he I don't know. He just brings up so many good questions about things, and and I don't. It's funny. Always when I'm recording, I don't really think of it, but like later, after the song has set with me for a little bit, like I start thinking even more about what he sings about. Like I said, like so much wisdom in a young man, and the acoustic guitar, the lyrics, the vocals, just these two songs alone, man. If I had to pick one, I might go with the second one because there was a lot of melancholy to it. It sounded like he was, singing about like a lost love or maybe an ex or something like that. I don't know exactly what it was, but his perspective and his spin on things, it's just so interesting to my ears. I love hearing the way he thinks about things and says things. He's one hell of an artist, man. And I never would have thought, even a year ago, that I'd be a fan of Bob Dylan and like a really big fan of his music. Here I am. That's what happens when you actually give things a chance and listen to more than just like the hits and stuff. You start to fall in love with the music, and it really starts to become a part of you and your life and stuff like that. And Bob is one of those. The Beatles, Yes, King Crimson, like a lot of the bands that I originally started with, Genesis, like they really are a part of my life now. And a few other bands that have come along too, like Fish. I don't know, man. I just feel very lucky. And I'm so grateful to all of you guys for allowing me to do this, because it's no one else, I feel like, gets this opportunity. Obviously there's other reaction channels, but the way that I do it, there's nobody like this, there's no other channel like this. And I feel like I'm just I'm not going to stop until I've heard it all, because music obviously means a lot to me. And I look forward to hearing more from Bob. So if you think we should continue with this album, let me know. I'm totally down to hear more, because this was excellent. I know it was kind of short, but I didn't have a lot of time this week. There it is. All right. So Blowin' in the Wind was recorded July 9th, 1962. And then Girl from the North Country came out, or was recorded April 24th, 1963. Goddamnly. So that's basically a year apart, and you could feel the difference. Like you could honestly feel the growth as an artist just in that 1 year alone. Like you could hear the differences, you know what I mean? But it's still, no matter what, like, he is just so good with this acoustic, just folk side of him. Like, there's nobody that comes close, man. Like, it's crazy how many good things he can achieve with just himself. You know, that's crazy. I know there's a band behind him sometimes, but for the most part, this is all him, you know? And it's genius, honestly. I'm gonna click on Girl from the North Country. Interesting. The recording, apparently there was it's a second track on Freewheelin', but then he re-recorded the song as a duet with Johnny Cash in February of 1969. That recording became the opening track on Nashville Skyline, which was Dylan's 9th studio album. Well, there you go. See, there's your tidbit of the day. The song was written following Dylan's first trip to England in December of 1962 upon what he thought to be a completion of his second album. It is debated as to whom the song is a tribute. Some claim former girlfriend Echo Hellstrom and some Bonnie Beecher, both of whom Dylan knew before leaving for New York. However, it is suspected that the song could be inspired by his then girlfriend Susie Rotalo. Dylan left England for Italy to search for Rotalo, whose continuation of studies there had caused a serious rift in their relationship. Unbeknownst to Dylan, she had already returned to the U.S., leaving about the same time that he arrived in Italy. It was there that he finished the song, ostensibly inspired by the apparent end of his relationship with her. I guess apparently he went back there, tried to get back with her, and I guess it didn't work out. But she is the girl who's featured on the cover of the album as well. So there's your background of at least that one. That was my favorite. You could just feel the angst almost in that, and the melancholy, and I love songs like that. You guys know that, so that was great. As always, Dylan's lyrical compositions almost outweigh the instrumental, but then you listen to the instrumental and it's like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's just the best of both worlds, and that's Bob for you. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Like I said, if you think we should continue the album, let me know down below. If not, give me something else to do. Nashville Skyline, maybe? I'm game. Let me know.